So, hi everybody, you're very welcome back to Law Hero. My name is Jen and I make videos about the law. And today we're continuing our FE1 2022 series with EU law, which is one of my favourite subjects. And yeah, I'm just going to take a quick look over the trends in the papers, flash up some of what I have in my ebooks, and yeah, get an all-around sense of what the subject is demanding. And on that note, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Please have a look at lawhero.eu where all my materials are. If you've any issues, contact me, info@lawhero.eu. And follow along on Law Hero's Instagram, which is Law Hero. From my perspective, when it comes to the EU law exam, obviously you can't put the cart before the horse. You have to have a very thorough understanding of the institutions, how the legislative process works, because if you don't, you're going to be one step removed from the next layer, which is like judicial review, direct effect. If you don't have an understanding about how the EU infrastructure actually works, you won't understand how the processes around it work. So you kind of have to have a logical flow. Most people will have studied EU law at university, so I'm not going to labour that point. Every year without fail, the examiner tells us that the pass rate is very high, so there's not really much to be worried about there. I see for March 2021 it was 76%, and in October it went slightly down to 74%. So I guess don't worry too much about that. He usually talks about the case law question being poorly answered, and then on that basis I would say to you, don't answer the case law question unless you're some kind of genius. Are used to having question 1 as the institutions question, and indeed it was like that in March 2021, but then of course in October 2021 he changed his mind and asked around the direct effect of international agreements. So, that was a little bit of a spanner, and I guess some people would have found that, off-putting. Sorry about that, my dog went absolutely crazy over nothing, didn't you? Yeah. Anyway. Also, you're getting free advice around EU law, so you best pop off. Anyway, as I was saying, so yeah, the principle of direct effect is usually asked. It is usually asked. Do you seem to know something more than I do? Is usually asked. And in question 3, March 2021, it was asked as regards member state liability for failing to adhere to their obligations for transposing directives. So it's always asked, just sometimes under a different guise. So we're talking about institutions, post-Lisbon Treaty. Sometimes under that you'll get some of the principles of EU law, or then the next one would be, as I said, direct effect. The third one, which is extremely popular, indeed in October 2021 there was 2 questions on it, was free movement of goods, and there's kind of 2 subcategories. So you'll get the MEQR, which is Article 34 to 36. That'll always be one question. In October 2021 it was question 8, and then with the Article 1110 and Article 30 TFU, that was asked as question 3, and that's around the charges, whether they can be passed on in the first place, or whether they're reasonable, do they reflect the cost of inspections, which is one actually from 2 or 3 years ago. I remember it was the same question. So that would be, I would say, the third big area. For me, the fourth big area would be a tie. Well, they're always asked. There's always a question Freedom of Movement, People, Citizens Directive 2004/38. There's always a question on competition law, be it Article 101, Article 102. State aid is actually due go Article 106, so I would have a look at that for the next time. Let me see what else. So yeah, we've spoken about all of that. Oh yeah, Article 263, judicial review. And usually he'll ask around the individual concerns, so Ploughman, Piriaki, Greenpeace, UPA, Jago Quera. I never do freedom of movement of services. I also don't look, like in constitutional law, at the Charter of Fundamental Rights. And I also advise against the case law question. So all in all, it's a very straightforward exam. My EU law ebook is extremely straightforward. It's a very high percentage of passing, and I bet you will pass it too. And I'll see you in the next one, which is property law.